Still doing the setup. Shiva, Emma. The fish is in the house. They're clownfish. That's a Apparently I can't even talk, or it's just not working all that well. Come on, YouTube, get it together. It's not even showing anybody watching on my tablet. Come on, YouTube, get it together. It's not even showing anybody watching on my tablet. There's 4 likes, and there's no likes on my tablet. I'm not lying, look. 0 likes. 4 likes, and there's no likes. And nobody watching. I'm not lying, look. 0 likes. But it's showing people in the chat a little bit. Nobody watching. But it's showing people in the chat a little bit. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? All right, well, that's good then. That was just a little bit of an energy shaker cleanse, everybody. It just shakes all the energy different, and it shakes all the energy to a different frequency. Clears it all out. Feedback Haven. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I just thought I'd shake things up a little bit, you know? Pun intended. So some dumbass is sending me music in my head. It's metal music. Very wild. It kind of brings me back when I was a roadie, doing the load-ins and load-outs on the shows and hearing all that. Hope you all had a good Sunday, everybody. I really have it in my head every morning. I end up waking up to it. It wakes me up in the morning. Kind of funny because I kind of relate it back to Lilith. And I was really down and out around Christmas time a bunch of years ago there. I've spoke about it here on my channel quite a bit. I'm also going to recite the poem again tonight. We're also going to get into a collective energy check-in for the year coming up. And I'm just kind of sitting here tapping into the energy, waiting for everybody to jump on. Get their notification to come on in, sit down and hang out. Sunday was okay. Sunday was all right. It was pretty peaceful. But, yeah, good things are, I think good things are coming down the pipeline. We just gotta, it's so evidently important. Like, Spirit's been screaming at me for months. Keep speaking on the healing. Keep speaking on the healing. It's like, okay. And then it's bringing me into a position where, or perspective, shall I say, where there's a lot of new people popping in and watching. So it's kind of have to repeat myself to bring everybody up to speed. But it seems as though I'm going to have to do it less frequently. I'm not going to have to do it as The spirit wants me to move on in the new year to new topics, new enlightenments, new messages. Karmic energy, I think, is just about finished, is what I'm understanding. So if you have not cleared out your karmic debt yet, you best be focusing on that. That is literally, that's more of a problem before you even think about breathing at this point. Specifically if you're deep in it, you got a lot of karmic debt, and you think, oh, that's okay, I'll kind of deal, kind of thing. No. You think you're just going to take your lashings, whatever that might be, and you're thinking you're just going to, not take any accountability. This is going to be a narcissist fucking nightmare. I'll tell you that right now. Because everyone is held accountable come Judgment Day. Everyone. And you definitely want to be on the good side of things. I'm going to just say that now. Get right with your conscious. Get right with your spirit. Get right with your soul. And we need to start helping out our communities. We need to work out some sort of a communal plan of support. Because it's not, and this requires us to heal our past differences in order for us to come back together as a community stronger. And this is why it starts with you. It starts with every single one of us. When I say you, I mean me. I mean every single one of us collectively. Welcome in, Michael, AOP. And Sarah. And the thing is, they're trying to get rid of the tight-knit communities and make these smart cities. No. The smart cities aren't going to be very good. I'll tell you that right now. The thing is that they're failing to balance the pocketbook, and then they keep putting it on to its people rather than the people running the pocketbook. And there's got to be more regulation to that. There needs to be more cooperation across the board about what money is being spent on what. Across the board. Because if we're giving away more money in the world to different places around the world, and I'm not saying don't help other people around the world. That's not what I'm saying. But when we're giving almost billions of dollars to certain places, and it's just given away, it's not as an investment. When it's billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, there would be required to be some sort of investment. I would hope. But it doesn't seem that way. Because it all goes to stupid shit. And then the people of the nations that pay that money and make that money happen, if it wasn't for the people of the world working, there would be no need for government. There wouldn't be no need for regulations and all this. And the taxes was derived by the war. And the fact that we're still paying taxes is... And we should be able to invest what we want as far as that taxes that we pay. If we're paying into something, we should know where that money's going and have a vote on it. And I'm sure there's an AI machine somewhere that would be able to do that before any human could. So this new idea of AI, it should accent our life. It shouldn't be something that takes over completely. It should accent. It should be something of an improvement, not a decimation. That should be one of the criteria of regulations on it. We need an overall transparency. Enough of this bullshit that's happening right now. The only reason why I'm speaking on this is because I'm being called to speak on it. Just in case you're curious. At this point, I feel that we do deserve a universal basic income. If they have a right to chalk up the prices and pretty well leave all of us destitute, there's people out here working 3 and 4 jobs, and they're still not making. What kind of a fucking rat race is that? Enough said on that. I don't know. Part of me thinks I want to start up another channel. But I'm going to keep this one. Probably change the name. I'll keep this one, change the name, and start up another one. Because I've got shit that I want to get off my chest. And I might as well just get it off my chest. I'm not out here hating anybody, but I know things gotta change. And, I don't know. It might be my political platform. Because if I'm eventually going to be Emperor of North America, I gotta start somewhere. So I got some channelings, earlier downloads, and yeah. An energy change, there's an energy shift. If you've been doing the healing, I tell you right now, you'll feel it. If you haven't been doing the healing, you're going to be not feeling it. Oh, yeah, you'll be feeling it, but in a totally different way. And you'll know by what you're feeling. If you're in a bad way, if you're in a bad shit right now, then you're in a bad shit. If it's like the weight of your shoulders have been taken off, and it's like the pressure's off just all of a sudden, then you are currently feeling the shift. It starts on winter solstice, and it progresses into February when the new year starts. So that'll be the spring equinox. Winter solstice is the time of when the sun starts to rise again. It's where the warmth starts to return. And then again, we go through our coldest months, January, February, December. And yeah. But ultimately, when you look at the scheme of things, we're moving into the year of the horse, and this is where things are going to start to speed up. It's already speeding up. But this is overall intention. And from what I'm getting as a download now is this year is apparently ruled by fire. It's ruled by passion. It's by, pardon me, intention, integrity. This is where we turn the leaf. And this is why we need to be focusing on our healing, because it's putting us in alignment with that shift. Okay? Now we're going to hear from the dragons this evening. I kind of feel sadness for the karmics, though, because they chose their bed. But that's what they did. They chose what they wanted to choose. No, I just tap into it there, Reaper. I tap into the energies. So, what was I wanting to do? I'm feeling rather distracted at the moment. I'm just trying to clean up the table and get shit out of the way. Put my hair back. Because when I start channeling, I start to get warm. Even in the wintertime, I'm like usually shirtless because I can't take the sweat and the heat. But tonight I got one of my Viking shirts on. Why not show us, Aiden? Yeah, you gotta become a member to see me on the tube. So membership link in the bio there. If you want to get a personal reading, I have a certain particular savings that's happening for a session. Depending on the length of the session, that's how much percentage off that you get, up to 60% off. You could get a 20-minute session for $16, where it's $1 a minute. So, you know, you get like $5 off, different things like that, depending on it. But that was, I guess, is 20% off from what I understand, how it's calculated. But these are Christmas holiday savings. That percentage is going to dwindle. And it's going to change going into the new year. So if you want to get a message, you might want to get a message while you can take advantage of that savings. All right, so if you want to get a message, I got some spots still open. So jump on it over the holidays. I will be available over the holidays. Um, I offer counseling sessions. I offer intuitive brainstorming coaching sessions. I offer readings, video readings. There's also recorded readings, as well as you can actually book real-time session with me too. So those options are available at the Hipsy link in the description box. Go ahead and check that out if you are interested. Tonight there is no open table, okay? What that means is I won't be doing any personal little messages tonight. It's just strictly collective night. Usually Friday nights are going to be the open table, so if you want a little message and you want to throw me a chat, Friday nights are the ones, that's when you want to be doing that. I do give a night once a week. So last week there was pretty good. They do get member side. So, because it's very sporadic and I would sooner give permission. If I do have anybody that wants to go back and watch their reading, just throw it in a comment of this video and tell me which one it is, what is the date of the video, because I know there's been a bunch there in the past. So as long as you give me the date as to when that was, then I can look for it. You'll be able to access the video, but you just can't watch it because it's member side. So you should be able to get the info at least of the actual video. But if you're a member, then you have access to that. It's one of the perks of being a member. And that goes for chat side, that goes for Flight Club membership, that goes for level 1 through 4. Level 1 through 4 gives you actual reading. The membership for the Flight Club membership is for my work of them. And it's like a monthly thing to support at that level as well. So if you want to support the channel, support me, and be part of my checkmate team, yeah, become a member. It'd be greatly appreciated. So it does get you dibs on my open tables, so you guys get first dibs on messages, unless I get super chats in there. That's what I usually with. So you get some perks being a member. Yeah. Anyhow, we're going to get started. We're going to get into the oracles too, the dragonicles. I don't usually clarify the dragon deck. But if I do, I'll probably use my stained glass just in case I need it. Great Spirit. Actually, I'll get into the prayer first and O divine universal source, divine breath of creation, you who exist in the pure vibration and subtle energy. May your sacred frequency be awakened within us. May we embody the divine essence, allowing the kingdom to arise within our hearts and souls. Let divine will, physical and spiritual, merge realms in the cosmic divine pattern, microcosm, macrocosm, nourishing us with cosmic divine vitality and divine wisdom and life force. Divine energy of cosmic consciousness, restore us of any misalignment and confusion that has been created against us. As we release what no longer serves us, let it release the blocks and hinder that forward movement. What we release then releases us. We also invoke our discernment and awareness to not be deceived and awaken to our divine blueprint of destiny, giving us the synchronicity and the signs to banish doubt or fog and confusion. Protect our divine pathway and rescue illusion of separation from our divine purpose and soul family. In the name of divine order of our inner sacred kingdom, match our outer experience, and may the creative spark be lit and protect us on and guide us through divine intervention, now and forever. So it is. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light. Thank you for being here tonight on the winter solstice. Blessed Yule collective message. Dragons of the north, south, east, and west, be here now, if you wish. Stay if you like. Please be here to provide a message for the collective. Of what we need to know moving into 26. What we need to know moving into the fireworks year. Okay. There's a bunch now. Black dragons from South, Alpha Dragon, the Fire Dragon, which doesn't surprise me. Lilac Dragon, we got Earth and Water Dragon, Pure Dragon from Orion, and the Golden Orange Dragon, the Pink Dusty Dragon from Andromeda. So the Earth and Water Dragon, they creates the for new growth. Pure White Dragon from an Orion transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Black Dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Alpha Dragon harnesses the divine masculine power of creation. The Fire Dragon burns up the lower energies around you. So the karmics, they be karmicking, and they be getting burnt up like a crisp. Transmutes through the power of divine love the the lilac fire dragon. Golden orange dragon expands your light for ascension. Dusky pink dragon from Andromeda prepares all of your chakras to embody higher love. This is all going through the transition, moving into the new earth. Okay, everything that is no longer serving us is finally getting burnt away. You're probably feeling that release. If you're in alignment, you are feeling that release. Okay, like it's almost kind of giving me the euphoria, like the worst is over. Okay, so take that into consideration moving into the new earth energy. Okay, and I'm really picking up the divine is confirming to me that it's not a facade. It is divinely guided, guarded, and protected. And with the fact that AI Atlas is so close with the orbit of our solar system and kicking it around the sun, whatever else, yeah. So everything happens for a reason, collective. And I didn't stutter. Okay, I mentioned about the volcanoes, and the volcanoes started erupting. I mentioned about the flooding, and there's a whole bunch of flooding all over the place. Okay, I've been speaking about earthquakes, and there's been earthquakes all over the place. Okay, I am not the only one that's speaking out about this. There are others out there speaking out about this. There are certain parts of the earth that are going to be devastated. It's inevitable. If you are in a devastated portion of the world, like you deal with the yearly flooding, you deal with a bunch of chaos, crazy ass storms, whatever else, it's because you are in alignment with that area. And it has something to do with the energy of the area. It's something to do with the ley lines as well. So let's look into these ones here. Let's scoop. What's the scoop, dragons? Persistence. All this time, collective, we've been wondering, we've been wishing, we've been hoping for a miracle. Okay? All this time we've been hoping on a miracle. It's here. Transcendence, achieving success is on the bottom of the deck. And we've got time on the top. Divine timing. And it's all about divine alignment. And the people that are in alignment are going to be just fine. The people that are not in alignment with it, and they're sitting their butt hurt because they're having to sit there with their accountability. They're having to sit there with their dugout hole that they dug for you, collective. Sit there feeling silly. The fact that you ripped the raggedy mask off their face. And this goes for all the karmics that we've dealt with. Whatever they might look like. Freedom. Breaking the chains. Time we face the truth. Collective. We've been literally lied to. We've been deceived in order to think that we need to continue to rat race. And now that it's right in our face, the elephant in the room, and apparently we're not supposed to talk about it. This is why we need to empower ourselves. The way we do that is by healing our inner world, our inner temple, our inner kingdom. We empower ourselves. That's what they don't want. That's why they unleash all that fear and the propaganda that puts us in anxiety. So that way we don't recognize the power that we hold within ourselves, just within ourselves, in our energy, in our sovereign energy. We irradiate peace. But when they instill so much fear into our reality, and that when they constantly inject fear all the time, and the propaganda, and all the lies, and all the deception, and this dumbass rat race that we're not supposed to talk about, we're just supposed to submit and subdue, and just continue moving forward with it. Putting our rose-colored glass and pulling the wool down over our eyes. No, nothing to see here. People are awakening. People are seeing the truth is. And it's sad and unfortunate, but there's a bunch of people here that are going to wake up late for the party. It's going to be too late for them. And we're coming to that precipice. Like, we're looking at 11:30 before midnight. Not on the actual time, but before doomsday. It's doomsday at 12 o'clock. Once the clock strikes 12, there's no turning back. And we're at 11:30 right now. So there's not much time left. And I'm gonna rush you for healing. But I've been at you guys all fucking year. I've been at you guys all year. I've been at you guys last year. I've opened up my table of a schedule to be available. And it is what it is. And this little tippet is for the karmics. You know, I tried to help you. I tried to get you in alignment. I tried to get you into the position where you are working in the right direction for yourself and your highest good. But no. You choose instead to make me out to be a fraud. You know, try to get me shadow banned to the point where I don't have very many people here on my channel. What else? You know, you're stalking me. You're somehow hacking into my phone. And I know it's more than one group of people doing this and trying havoc in my life so that way I don't succeed and I don't overcome these challenges. I'm talking to you, whoever you are. You're a disgrace, whoever you are. Whoever's come up against me and been sly and thought they were pulling the wool over my eyes and taking advantage of me and manipulating me, you're all a bunch of fucking cowards. Deep down. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Because out here I'm trying to pour my heart out to the community of the universe and of planet Earth and try to be a blessing, and you outright try to destroy that. And yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. You need to either stay in the fuck in your own lane or stay the fuck out of. Because clearly if you're just going to sit there and misunderstand me on purpose, I have nothing to say to you. Not only do I have nothing to say to you, I have for you. Because your time is coming, and I would sooner utilize my time wisely. And it's sure as hell not going to be dealing with you folk. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do not invoke the storm within me. It is it's very unadvised. Dragons, what's going on? Is there anything else out of this beautiful oracle deck that you'd like to share with us? Yeah. The chains are in. All the binding you put on. Yeah. Knowledge? Oh, miracle? Making a difference? Inspiration? Need I say more? When you are called to do a certain thing in the world, you do that thing. but let it be by the divine, nothing else. If you haven't tapped into the divine yet, sorry, I can't help you. That's a personal journey between the divine on how it shows up in your life. It shows up in your life the way that you can only understand. With the knowledge and wisdom and the perception and perspective that you currently have. The Emperor has come out to play. What was I talking about earlier about something to do with an emperor? What's the scoop, dragons? 5 of Swords. The Fool. The Emperor tried to take a leap of faith and is met with conflict. Knight of Cups. Moving with compassion. Something to do with the Queen of Swords in reverse. And the King of Cups. Oh, okay, so this Emperor's... No wonder why he's guarded. He's having to deal with people nurturing lies. He chooses to hold boundaries with his heart because of some sort of betrayal. So because this Emperor has standards, all of a sudden makes him an enemy. And this Emperor is absolutely tired of the betrayal and the bullshit. This is why he's guarded in the first place. The 5 of Wands and the Tower. This Emperor could very well be a walking tower, and it brings a lot of conflict. The Tower is Aries energy. Yeah, now they're walking around with their tail between their legs. Six of Coins. It was a one-way street with these energy vampires. Yeah. This Emperor knows a thing or two. He's extremely underestimated. Definitely a wake-up call. The people that were nurturing these lies, they were manipulated to cause chaos. This was part of the betrayal. The King of Swords was involved. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The Seven of Coins. This King of Swords energy, very, very narcissistic, very dark. Seven of Coins on its side. Everything that they invested into creating this chaos and betrayal. And this Queen of Swords, they were working together. The Five of Wands here in the reverse, now they want to reconcile. Now all of a sudden they lost all the energy because they've been put in their place. Their mask is getting ripped off, just like I said and predicted. The tower's falling, just like I said and predicted. And they can't handle the fact, can't handle the truth, first of all. And then they can't handle the fact that everything they said come to pass. And they sat there and laughed at it. Oh, you're delusional. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I'm talking about karmics everywhere because it's pretty well the same situation, just different scenario. When you look at it. To the karmics in your life, from the karmics to in my life, from the karmics in everybody else's life, it pretty well looks the same because all they do is play from the same old boring ass bullshit toxic playbook. And as you grow older, you'll find you'll start to recognize who the hell they are for yourself. It's kind of sad some of these people are family. But they were literally just our bus to work. Our soul family should mean more to us, ultimately. Because they are the ones that see you in your ultimate authenticity of who you want to be rather than what your given parents require you to be. Their own notion and their own playbook of how you're going to live your life. And because you do not make any impact in that avenue, and you disappoint your parents and betray them by doing that and not living up to their expectation, you choose to live up to your own expectation, and they have a problem with that. And they literally try to destroy you so that way you do not succeed. And they do it in such a way where they throw their rocks and hide their hands and think that they're going to get away with it. The divine sees everything that was done in the dark. And with this new moon, everything will be revealed. As we move into the new Earth energy collective, things are going to get different. And we are going to need to stay focused and not allow the darkness to prevail. Because it's still going to be present, but it's going to be kicking and screaming. I tell you that right now. Because it's losing its integrity, it's losing its validity, it's losing its own respect for being valid in the current status quo. We are all going to start to awaken, and we are all going to recognize, and those that are not wanting to heal and they want to stay in that karmic energy are going to be the ones to take the crossfire for that. So ultimately they can save themselves or face the consequences, because we all have free will. I also got the download this evening that any baneful magic, and I stand and I affirm and I compel the divine to work in this favor. Okay, as I stand with the divine on this, that any baneful magic, any bindings against the will of another, any evil eye, any karmic backlash sent out to any particular victim when they've been absolute innocent and there is no particular reason to be targeting them. And I'm talking about the relentless targeting. Because the karmics, they be out here karmicking and snapping at their own neck because of the fact that their shit is coming back to them. And they're having to deal with it. You're better off to not get caught in the cross when that happens. I'm going to just say that much. But any baneful magic, any evil eye, any bindings of wills, that does not include return to sender bindings, because if you're returning to sender and you're binding shit to the sender, that's not counted. You're literally sitting with that karma, because you shouldn't have been sending that bullshit to begin with. You get what you give. And when you're out of alignment and thinking that you're just going to be evil and vindictive and try to destroy other people, it's not the way we do things. In order to get all of our gifts back, in order for that to be all online, we have to be in a balanced integrity, and you definitely not showing no balanced integrity. So keep that in mind. And again, this comes back to us holding ourselves accountable and healing from it, rising above it, becoming a better version of ourselves. Recognizing where we wrong and trying to make it peaceful, trying to make it a better world. That's ultimately the blueprint. That's ultimately the way you're getting out of it alive. Is if you hold yourself accountable. And yeah, there is an apology there. There is room for reconcile. But only if it's genuine. If it's not genuine, if you haven't learned your lesson, if you haven't evolved, I'm out here fighting for my life. And I continue to bounce back. And you know, I've been dealing with spiritual warfare pretty well my whole life. It's not for the faint of heart. And the thing is, spiritual warfare is more a war on for your spirit, for your soul, and for your mind. It has nothing to do with weapons. The fight is not of the flesh, it's of the spirit. So we will get the awakening, we will get the magic back. This one-way street is about to end, collective. Everything that you've poured into something, everything that you've poured into some sort of endeavor is coming back to you. There's been people out here trying to uninspire you from moving forward with what you're being called to do. To chaos in anyone that you hold any type of emotion towards. It's basically made you out to, they're trying to make you out to be a fraud. And subdue and put to rest everything that you're working on. And the thing is that they should have known better. Ultimately, they should have known better. Because now all of a sudden they won't reconcile. Because they're getting hung up. You're still on business. You're walking away from this. There's an independence here. There's a dirty ass bitch, Queen of Wands. That's pissed off that all of her shit did not work. thought that they could cloak themselves. And they're extremely bitter at your connection with the divine. The fact that you cut them off by the word of the divine, they're bitter, bitter, bitter. Because you cut out the toxicity that they were sending you. And you're getting your dues for it. Oh, you're getting your dues. Ace of coins and 10 of coins. And there's people collaborating. Because you're tapped the fuck in. And you are getting the upper hand. And whatever was in the dark is getting exposed. Anything that was pissing you off, it's getting exposed. You're not trapped. And it's the end of that cycle. The worst is over. Things are going to settle down and it's all in divine timing. It's all being revealed in time. There's communication coming forward about some sort of healing and hope, some sort of wish. I'm really picking up your wish is my command with the star tonight. The 5 of coins, something about regarding being left in the cold. Yeah. Whoever was after this emperor, they're in for a rude awakening. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse. This could have been a Gemini as part of this mix. So, micro, macro. This could be worked as a scenario for yourself and your own life. And this can also be put into a perspective of a grander scale across the world. A lot of the liars are being held accountable. Okay? Manifestations coming to fruition. The enlightenment. The breaking away of the karmic energy and the dividing of that energy. It's all coming to fruition. What side of the alignment are you in? Is the big question to that. Really? They're trying to shut down my phone connection. Hopefully that helps. I got 11 people in the chat, but showing me 9 on the other screen. So 11 likes and then 12 likes on the other screen. This is weird. But anyway. Dragons, let's do a 6 stack for the overall the overall energy moving into 2026. What do we got to look forward to? What do we need to know about? What do we need to focus on? I've already answered that. So what's coming in for us? What do we need to be aware of? What's the heads up, so to speak? Is there any confirmation to what I've said here? The Ace of Coins in reverse. The Nine of Wands. So there's definitely a breaking down of some sort of financial system, but there is an upper hand to this. It will be a little bit grueling to go through, but there is an upper hand. What's the situation? We got the Wands. It's the building of a new foundation, new commitments, new ideas, new celebrations. It's really kind of me turning of the wheel. Welcome in, Lucky. Welcome in, Marine. The Fool, taking a leap of faith, allowing the divine to guide you. The Queen of Swords, nurturing the truth, nurturing justice, cutting out the karmic energies and the imbalance. The Four of Swords, this is about resting and respite. The Ten of Coins, yeah. The Ace of Swords and the Nuts. Just want to make sure. That's it. Yeah. So time to call our power back, collective. There's going to be people going to spiritual jail for the lies that we're told. Possibly real jail, too. And they're going to have no other choice but to be pissed about it. People were lifting themselves up off of our own money. Covertly. Trying to fund their own chaos on our money. And that's what's going to be found out. Knight of Cups in the reverse. It's going to make a lot of people bitter that their lot, they put them to rest, but they're being reawakened. Yeah, it's showing here the karmics are screaming, kicking and screaming at this point. They're furious because their masks are falling. People are seeing them for who they are. Because we're calling our power back. And because all of these evil acts, the baneful magic, it's all being null and void. Creating a huge tower. Which is the reason why it's happening, is because it's allowing us as a collective to guard our hearts. Because that is where our equilibrium sits. That is where we radiate from, our hearts. So all this lie, all these lies and deception, everything that's going on, no. If it's not crumbling, it will be very, very soon. So lean into the transition, whatever that might look like to you, collective. Okay? Cut out the chaff from the wheat. All right? It's inevitable. And again, some of these people are toxic. Some of these people are people that we're supposedly supposed to kick it with. But really, they're showing us a totally different side of them, right? Because their masks are falling off. Their deception is showing. You know, we could be out here exercising these motherfuckers, but that's too much work. I'm going to just say that much. It's too much work. Like, we could pray for them all we want. But are they actually going to hear it? Is the question. The fact that I've only got 8 people in my chat really boggles my mind. I'm not going to lie. It's 10:34. I'm not that boring, am I? No, Aiden, you're revolutionary. Get it right. Partly what my other channel's going to be. But who knows at this point? What's the cap card, Spirit? Oh, we got 2. 10 of Cups and 6 of Coins. Wish fulfillment and blessings. Equal reciprocity. This is beautiful, collective. This is what we're moving into for the new year. Shit's about to change. Shit's about to pop off. This is divinely orchestrated. This is divinely led. We have every right to get excited. I'm going to say that much right now. Be open to betting on yourself. Be open to betting on what the divine is trying to call you to do. Let it be of peace, community. Let it be of integrity. It doesn't mean we're going out here, guns in our fucking pockets and shooting up a gathering. It's very distasteful to do that. Definitely not demure. Demure. Yeah, it's a dumbass shadow band clown. turn the roof off the deception. Shine the light in the darkness. I locate that elephant in the room and I talk about it. That's why I'm shadow banned. Because I talk about the elephant in the room all the time. I do it very cryptically. If you don't catch it, and you don't catch it. I'm not a shallow conversationalist. Scuba gear is required. Alright, Spirit, what's the message? What do we need to know for the collective? What's 2026 going to look like? King of Coins in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Coins. Tell me more. I'm going to have to clarify this. But there's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn getting exposed. They're not getting victory. Oh, look at that. Knight of Coins and then the King of Swords is out here. Dragons, is this tea time? Ah, the Magician. Ooh, and the Love. So this King of Coins... Okay, tell me more. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So this King of Coins and this King of Swords, they were working together to create stability for themselves. They got exposed. They're failing because of this so-called botched relationship that they tried to portray. It's very bitter. They're being found out for their manipulation. They are being found out for creating instability and spreading lies. Yeah. Trying to ruin somebody's wish fulfillment and destiny by emotionally manipulating and literally shattering somebody's heart. And the angels watched absolutely everything. The angels watched it happen. But you guarded your heart. You made boundaries in your heart space. You ultimately saved yourself, collective. And they tried to put you in the dark. They tried to put you in sadness. They tried to put you to where... They tried to cloak you. They tried to put you away so that way people couldn't see you. All because you walked away. All because you wouldn't let them manipulate you. This could be an earth sign and an air sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They left you destitute and fighting for your life. The Seven of Wands. having to stick up for yourself, all at the same time being disempowered. This isn't even part of your destiny, but they had you doing it. They had you fighting for your life so you couldn't even focus on your destiny and on your manifestation and on your wish fulfillment. They were literally trying to destroy your life because you walked away. The thing is, collective, that's what happens when you make people look insignificant. But you're too strong for that. You're too strong for that. And you're reaching your independence. Spirit's saying something about them fucking around and finding out the hard way. The Queen of Cups, too. They wanted to make you bitter. They've seen the wish fulfillment. But you alchemized this. You didn't allow the pain to jade you. You didn't allow it to affect you. It did affect you, but you alchemized it. You put it into a different, by guarding your heart and using this isolation as a solitude, and you transmuting that shit, you became very discerning as to who you were sharing your I want to say chi energy. So like creative energy, sacred energy. Now you're very discerning as to who you share that with. You don't just share it with anyone. Yeah, Three of Cups. So they tried to put that thruple thing to work, and you're like, no, not happening. The Tower in reverse. Now you're celebrating because the worst is over. Because why the hell not? You deserve to celebrate after all you've come. Yes? No? I think you do. Not gonna lie. The thing is, they want to reconcile now, and they don't know how to show up. Because karmic energy. Four of Cups, you know you deserve way better than that. That's why you've changed the way you share compassion. And now they can't even show up right, let alone show up. They can't even show up right. Because they're toxic and they don't have access to your energy anymore. And to them, that's a great injustice. Extreme injustice, because you're celebrating. You're not supposed to be celebrating. You're supposed to be dead. So that way they could live off of the botched ass life insurance that they had on you. That's going to get them all caught up. So the people that were after you, that were trying to take from you and steal from you and ruin you, this is to my chosen, this is to my light workers, this is to my earth angels that have been targeted over the last, I'm going to say 5 years. I'll go out on a limb. Yeah, it's coming to an end. And anybody associated will also be going down with karmic judgment by divine vengeance. Make it so. If they're an atheist, believe in anything, they're going to believe in something now. They're going to literally have no other choice. Calling themselves a wizard and totally disrespecting wizardry in itself. They're a bunch of warlocks, earthbreakers, oath killers, betrayers, deceivers, liars, manipulators. All of their magic is null and void. Make it so, Spirit. It is all absolutely insignificant. And it all gets sent back to sender, collectively. And it all gets bound to its sender, collectively. The only thing that frees them is the peace and the love and the perfect love and perfect trust within their hearts. Let it bring them to their knees for even trying, collectively. Let them be revealed. Let their masks be ripped off their face. Let them be known and exposed for who the hell they are, collectively. Krampus is in town. And he's out a-haunting. He's going to bring balance to the wicked. It is done, it is done, it is done. No, I have a feeling, Clown, I think they're all going through it. I know I had a bunch of karmics watching me. I've lost almost 18 people in the last week. I've lost 15 subscribers. I've been calling them all out. Putting them all in their place. What does midsummer look like, Spirit? For the collective. What does midsummer look like? Page of Wands, inspiration. New ideas. We got the Four of Wands, new commitments. Reconciliation. Moving forward with purpose. Nurturing stability. Nurturing our magic. Things are moving forward. Learning how to emotionally process. Taking the time. Not being... slowing down. Being still. Not being so spontaneous and erratic. But still inspired. Focusing on manifestation. This is beautiful energy. Walking away from that what no longer serves us. Walking away from old paradigms of knowledge that didn't serve us. There's a lot of lies going to be exposed, collective. And with that lies, the truth is coming with it. So this is a lot of hidden technology, hidden knowledge that's coming to light. And it's coming to light through our hearts and souls. So this is why you need to get connected and tapped in. Because it's to the point now where you step into your higher version of yourself rather than reading a book. And I'm not saying you won't be reading books anymore, but it's going to be to a point where they're, unless it's a fantasy novel, um, like if it's some sort of knowledge, yeah, but if it's a facade, if it's false information, if it's fake news, it's all being left at the wayside. It's all being burned away. And this includes a lot of the deception that we've been told, the lies, throughout millennia. In some description, we are getting back to nature. We are coming back to a new position and experience where getting to more into the homeopathy kind of aspect rather than the synthetic era. The synthetic era of the pharmaceutical companies is falling to the wayside. The old paradigms that were based on control and manipulation are falling away. So really take a real look at society and the norms of society and just kind of articulate what that might look like, how it's going to fall apart, and what it's going to look like as it does that. For some of it, there's going to be new systems put in place, and these new systems are going to be more or less there to help us rather than hinder us. And the thing is, this is a bit of an orchestrated illusion and facade to some degree, right? Because the so-called elites are trying to simulate the same endeavor, but it's almost as if they're trying to shadow it and kind of eclipse it with their own system. So that way we take on their system rather than the divine system. The divine system is integrated into you already. And ultimately, they've spent 5 to 6 years trying to hijack that. Because it is coming on, it is being activated, it is coming online. So because of that, there are certain people, it's too late. They're already turned on. They're already in alignment. There's no switching, there's no turning them off. And then there's those that are still waking up. There's still those that are still getting into alignment. There's still those that are alchemizing. There's, in the process. And Spirit's saying, as long as you are in the process of the healing, and as long as you are in the right momentum of that healing, in the direction of coming to your highest version of and most authentic version of self, as long as you are en route to that, you are safe. Things very well could speed up for you in the coming months. It's almost like a fast track. But for the ones that are in the lower frequency, you are too heavy to fly. You are too heavy to glide. And you cannot carry what no longer serves you. You can no longer carry it with you. It becomes useless weight. And unless you are willing to let go of that weight, then yeah, you're going to stay put. And this is why it's so predominantly important for you to heal. Spirit's also saying there is no need to leave the planet. We literally have absolutely everything that we need right here, right now. We just got to stop destroying it. We need to redevelop the areas we've already developed and upgrade them rather than going and trying to develop on undeveloped land. The undeveloped land and the wilderness, yeah, it could very well be cleaned up and modified, but it needs to be modified in balance with nature. Springtime is going to be a little bit chaotic because the change is happening. But Spirit's saying something along the lines that we need to stay the course. Stand in your sovereignty. Stand in your authenticity. You will need your discernment. The more tapped in you are, the better. I don't know how many times I can say this or how many other ways I can say it. And to the 11,000 subscribers that I have there that I've been doing the work, and you guys are currently in your meditations, and you're just kind of lurking afterwards. You're not really catching the lives anymore. You're more or less catching the videos after they're done. I still sense that you're doing the work, so I understand where you're at right now. And I understand that you will be moving to an elevation that's a little bit more social very soon. So anybody that is currently in isolation that is integrating that solitude, you're on the right track, collective. So continue moving forward. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. Keep going. And if you need to reach out to me, I am here for you. And to the karmics, your days are nigh. Your time is coming. Everything that you've sent to me, it doesn't touch me. You might as well stop. Relentlessness is only making you look like an idiot. Do yourself a favor and just give up now. You're an utter fucking failure. And not only did you fail your bloodline, but you failed Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. And you should sit with the shame that you have. The gall and audacity that you had. Thinking that you were going to break me, thinking that you were going to break somebody that was actually showing compassion to the world, that you were going to break the blessing. Boy, are you rudely mistaken. Such a rude wake-up call. And you only have yourself to blame. May you be bound from doing harm. Harm against other people and harm against yourself. And may you sit with your shame. And may you, until it has you on your knees in repentance. You get what you give. Now you can sit with it. And maybe then you will understand the power of the divine. Because the divine gives you life and it can take it away. And when you go against the divine, there are karmic retributions for that. There is karmic judgment for that. And you deserve everything that's coming to you. So embrace it. Let it mold you. Let it break you. Let it form you. Let it transform you. And let it bring you to your higher timeline. You're not, but don't think you're not going to go through it. You thinking that you're going to fast track through it and not take accountability for your shit? Think again. You will take accountability for your shit. For crimes against humanity. For crimes against the enlightened ones, the chosen, earth angels, star seeds that are here to the planet. You audastic piece of shit. Yes, you should be ashamed. The great healing has begun. The great culling has begun. Chaff from the wheat. It is so evidently important right now that you focus forward movement with intention and solid, grounded manifestations, collective. Okay, focus on your own cup. Don't focus on all the distractions happening around you. Don't worry, it's just a kicking and screaming karmic. Let them karmic. Do not react. Do not engage. Okay? It's an unbothered energy that we need to take on. Okay? Their masks are going to be ripped off their face. You will be they will be revealed. You will know who they are. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Utilize the senses and the gifts that have been given to you in order to discern your movements forward. Being very intentional, very grounded in those decisions. Very methodical in decisions. Spirit speaking on building community. There's a lot of isolation right now. If we are integrating that isolation into solitude, we then can come back into the community aspect of things. Integration will happen, but it will require patience. We are ultimately releasing the injustice. The injustice is falling. To some degree, we may have to just let it go, but it doesn't mean that we aren't going to integrate it. It will be the catalyst for growth. It's not about walking away, it's about alchemizing it. It's about making the changes, but doing it in a way that's integral and not off the huff. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Gives you in divine feminine light. Opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination and walk the higher spiritual path. In order to get, you have to start at the bottom and clear out your lower chakras. You don't start at the top, you start at the bottom. And this is why it's so predominantly important to heal, because you need to release the trauma in order to manifest. You want to manifest in a toxic environment, in a toxic frequency, it's going to blow up in your face. This is why it's not recommended that karmics do magic. Do not do magic when you are in a dysregulated nervous system kind of frequency, because it will literally blow up in your face. You need to be in a grounded, regulated frequency in order to manifest, because then you're manifesting on solid and you are doing it from a positive intention, a nurturing intention, rather than a toxic one. The silver lunar dragon bathes you in divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation, and your causal chakra. Basically what I just said. Water dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic ability to go with the flow. So this is you tapping into that consciousness, that source consciousness that is within your heart space, that electromagnetic frequency that comes from the central sun, that gives you life itself. Tap into that through your heart space. You can only do that when you're healed. You can't do that when you're bitter because you require to open your heart. And this is why so many people are out here breaking hearts. Because they don't want you in balance with your heart space in order to do this, what I'm speaking on. So this is why it's required that you isolate. This is why it's required to be in solitude. Otherwise, you're bleeding all over everyone else. This is basically confirming everything I just said. Fire and water dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. Dark blue galactic dragon helps you to listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. What am I talking about? Is there an echo in here? Is there an echo in here? It sounds like there's an echo in here. Source Dragon tunes you to the infinite. Be still in silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. I rest my case. The fact of everything that I've spoken on tonight is being confirmed right now with my Dragon Oracle. Earth and Air Dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your vision, manifest your hopes and dreams. Do you not understand that we are the saviors we've been looking for? Do you not understand that if we actually work together as a couple, we are who is going to save Mother Gaia? It starts from within our inner kingdom. The ones that are actually doing the work, we are going to have a beautiful celebration very soon. We got 12 people watching. We keep bouncing back and forth between 12 and 7 people. YouTube, together. Put out the notifications that need to be put out to my people, please. Stop your fucking around. I've got 11,600 and the last time I counted, 32 subscribers. What the actual fuck are you doing to me? I should have at least people watching me right now. At least. Like, I get they're not all gonna just stop and drop and we're alive. I get that. People have a life. But what the actual hell? I got shit to do. I got things to say. I got people to talk to. It's definitely fuck around and find out energy. It's you best mind your business or I'll rip your mask off kind of energy. It's a kind of like, if you're meddling, you best go sit the fuck down in the corner somewhere and think about what you're doing kind of energy. It's you're grounded for the weekend if you're a karmic energy. And if you're thinking you're up to any fuck shit, be reprimanded and put down kind of energy. Transcendence, achieving success. Shout out to Get Good Collective. There's definitely accepting loss and putting grief to rest. That's part of achieving success, right? Gaining and learning and adapting the knowledge that we learn from these experiences. Choice, understanding consequences. Challenge, standing up for your rights. Returning, going with the flow. Space, inspiration. Welcome in Saj, Maureen. Welcome in Renee. Welcome in Andrea. Yeah, somebody doesn't want to accept the knowledge. There's knowledge that is being hoarded, and it's about time it gets brought out. Surrender, letting go of the darkness. Independence, carrying your own path. Carving your own path. Healing, restoring hope. Yeah, miracles are going to happen. There's definitely some sort of major enlightenment moving forward. Definitely tranquilizing. Harmonious inaction. If you're not boycotting Christmas, you should. And this isn't to put desecration on the Christ consciousness either. There's no disrespect to that. But I'm talking about the corporate greed side of things. Get what you need and nothing more. Understanding, looking at both sides. Completion. So yeah, we're going through a major transition, collective. It's evident. So if you're thinking you're going crazy, you're not. All right? We're all going through this together as a collective. Okay? So, whatever, wherever you are in your timeline, wherever you are in your situation, embrace it and step up into the highest timeline. You know what you're being called to do in your highest timeline. You know what your calling is within yourself. This is your own personal journey. Again, I can only tell you roughly where your water trough is, but your water trough has your name on it. The only one that'll find it is you. Okay? We all have our own little map to our own water trough, is what I'm saying. But if you're not looking at the map, if you're not reading the instructions, you're not going to progress much in the grand scheme of things. And that requires you to tap into your subconscious. It requires you to tap into and reintegrate and balance out your inner child, your inner raging teenager, you know, and heal all that shit. Bring that balance, bring that to balance, bring it to Zen. And as you heal, it will be revealed. All you need to do is take the first step in that direction. And accept and surrender to the divine, and the divine will provide. Thank you, clown. We are ending out a 9-year collective. Embrace yourself. Embrace it. All of that, what no longer serves you, is falling away. It's inevitable. Andrea, you're going to figure out I'm always right. And people don't like that, but I don't care. And that's not my ego talking. That's just experience talking. Yeah, I don't know everything. But with what I do know, I definitely know I'll stand on it. Humble. And I'm very happy that things are going for you, going well for you, Andrea. I'm excited for you. You deserve good things. My whole tribe does. Please, Divine, at this time, blanket my tribe, blanket my collective, the ones that are receiving this message. I'm in courage, clarity, and protection. Fog and uncertainty and confusion. Release them from any bindings that have been put on them to keep them from moving forward. any ill intention in their direction. To be mirrored back to its sender. Let it be automatically, unapologetically reflected and expose who sends it. The way my collective can move forward with clarity as to who to use discernment with and to trust and who to not. Allow those loyal souls be clear and vibrant to my collective so that way they know without a shadow of a doubt that these allow their soul tribes to come together locally and internationally. Allow the soul families to finally come together and commune and to create a new world, a new earth. Through love, through trust, through humanity. Let the divine consciousness within them awaken. And let them rise above the confusion. Allow them to have instruction. Allow them to have the courage to heal and to process in divine timing. Elevate to their most authentic, highest timeline. To meet with and to confirm, affirm New Earth integration. Let all the cause of and manipulation become insignificant. And let us rejoice in the balance of humanity. It is done, it is done, it is done, so it is. Ashe. It's time to rise, Andrea. You're metaphorically, you're sitting in a house that you don't live in anymore. This is why you're restless. This is why you sit with, acknowledge it, show it compassion. Take accountability. Forgive yourself for keeping yourself there and not learning from it, not allowing it to be a catalyst. Let it be your catalyst. Let that pain be your power turn it into power, learn from it, evolve from it, embracing that darkness to transmute that into light. Allow it to be your fuel to rise above. Is we're never alone, no matter how much we want to think so. We're not. The mess. It's just because of all the outer distractions we forget. That divine is extremely magical. Miracles happen every day, including the ability to open your eyes yet again, to try again, to live out another chance to witness a miracle and be forever changed by the divine itself. But this is requiring people to cut out the noise and distractions and focus on what they need to focus on and empower themselves through it. It's not about sitting here as a victim. It's about integrating the courage within us that's given to us to open our eyes. Recognizing the blessing just in itself that we get to try again. And be in reverence and gratitude of that. We are all walking, considering with what we've overcome. We just need to believe it for ourselves. Into a time and a place such as this to be of witness to the evolution of humanity. Yeah, it's going to be looking a little weird. There's a lot of changes in store. The ability to adapt to that change, at the same time standing firm on sovereignty, standing on humanity and community and justice, we will prevail. But first you need to open your eyes to the lies and the deception. And if you're paying attention, you know what I'm talking about. Although it's about to get a bit rocky, the best is yet to come. So just embrace it. Be ready for it. Lean into it. I'm going to go top up my coffee. I'll be right back. We are back. So does anybody have any questions about integration, about healing, about any of the modalities that I've spoken about? Is there anybody that is there as to what the situation is going on? Anything I've spoken on tonight? Is there any questions regarding that? We'll turn this into a bit of a coaching slash counseling session. There are still some channelings coming downloads. One in particular is the fact that there's some major changes happening to the earth. There are new lands being created. There are new environments being birthed. By the end of 2026, we're going to see a couple new islands, new land masses. They very well could appear, or they could be transformed into something different than what they are right now. But there's definitely some major changes in the mix. It is ultimately there to break up the old systems. It is divinely orchestrated. So if there is anything happening currently within your area, for the most part, other than what is being utilized through the weather modifications synthetically, it is happening on divine orchestration. Yes, some of it is being orchestrated to create chaos, to create calm out of chaos, I guess you can say. Which these are crimes against humanity and they will be dealt with. They can run, but they can't hide. Thinking that they're gonna go and hang out in their hidden little bunkers under the ground. Don't work that way. And these so-called cities that are underground, I don't have much hope for them. I'm actually getting another download that the flood was actually instigated by the removal of the inner waters to create the crevices for these undergrounds. So that way the darkness could lurk. And in itself created a flood because it displacement from where the water was. So theoretically, it's like somebody went in and threw a pump down into a cave and pumped out all the water out of the cave and created a city. And now it's the reversal of that. So all of these inner cities are going to be flooded, which is going to bring down the water levels, which is ultimately going to change the trajectory of the planet. It's not only the flooding of the above ground, but it's going to be the flooding of the underground. And this is how one of the integrations of the earth as to why and how the earth will be cleansed. Because the paradigm and the timeline of evil is a lifetime behind. Because it is of the old elevation, it's of the old evolution, is what I'm trying to say. And with this integration, it will bring about the changes to eradicate the evil on the earth, which will again bring more balance. And this is where they can run, but they cannot hide, initially comes from. Let's do a name roll call. Who's in the chat tonight? Who's sitting there lurking like a gherkin and not talking? Say hello. Reveal yourself. And all of a sudden there were 4. Cause fuck this. I don't want to reveal myself. I'm a lurking gherkin. Awkward. I think I'm just way too much for people. I really am. People just can't figure it out. Some of the shit that I say, people just can't wrap their head around it. A lot of this, I'm allowing my inner child to use. Yes, a lot of it is divinely downloaded, but I'm also allowing my inner child to come out and illustrate. I'm allowing the inner child to be intuitive and to tap in. As part of integrating and allowing your inner child to show up and be valid by allowing your imagination and your sense of creativity to tap into the energy. Not about growing up, it's about growing out from the inside. I wonder if that 8 is actually 8,000 people and not just 8 people. And they're just taking out the zeros so that way I don't get all full of anxiety, the fact 1,000 people watching me. Thinking that I can't handle the crowd. Thinking that it'd throw me off. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, we've got 11,000 there. 1,100 maybe? Maybe they're just missing 2 zeros. Part of finding joy is allowing the inner child to come out to play. Where joy resides within your inner child. It resides within your innocence. And when you've dealt with, you've been abused, usually it gets stolen from you. But you can retrieve it and you can find it. You can experience it again. But you have to be open to giving yourself another chance. You are worthy. It's also about validating that raging teenager that was always told to shut up, not speak unless spoken to. And when that happens, how are we to find our voice, collective? How are we to find our voice if we lose a sense of joy in our voice and the ability to communicate? And this is why building a new relationship with your inner child and raging teenager is important. Because it's validating them now and this time and space, rather than being and forgetting about them altogether. And this is all about pouring into yourself. Because you need all parts of you to feel whole. And 9 times out of 10, that empty portion or that hole in our inner version of ourself is due to the fact that we have not integrated our inner child and those parts that we've abandoned, that we need to reacquaint ourselves with. That is ultimately how we feel whole. Ultimately how we become unstoppable. By integrating all parts of ourself and the unworthy and abandoned parts of ourself. It takes great courage to fight the monsters under your bed. But understand that you've already faced them. And understand that you still are here. The ultimate illusion that they are scary so that you don't evolve. But when you face them for that last time and you rise above it, you recognize that these monsters under the bed are just simply the trauma that needed compassion. that darkness that needed the light that you held. And all it takes is the miracle of a new day to face it and to rise above it and to take back your power and your sovereignty. I don't know, however, any way else to explain it. Tried to explain it with many different perspectives, different points of view to help you wrap your head around it. I do believe moving into the new year, we're going to be working on more manifests. But it will take us to get in. The reason why I haven't really focused on manifestations is because there's still people healing. There's still people in the integration of that. I'm basically trying not to jump ahead. Because I'm not necessarily trying to push you to manifest. Because I don't want you to anything unless you're healed. That should be a requirement, that you are healed and you are balanced. And you are whole as a person, at least, before you start manifesting. Because then you are manifesting from authenticity and intention. Otherwise, you're manifesting from bitterness and sadness, and you don't want what it's got cooking. So does anybody have any questions? You want me to clear anything up? If not, I'll be ending out the live at... It's 11:52 right now. Again, I am open for personal readings, coaching sessions, counselings. If you need help unpacking something, I'm here for you. If you want an enlightened third-party perspective on something, I'm here for you. Yes, there's a paywall, because you know what? My time is precious. And I need to eat, so... I tried clownfish. I do my best. Got an extra 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, bring them forward. Otherwise, if you'd like to give a super chat for any type of enlightened moment that has moved you, it's all greatly appreciated. And as in the words of Linda, it does help out the channel. Let's get a light activations card to end out the night. We got Orbs of Light and Master Healing. $33 and $40 significant for you. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. The unconditionally loving guide and ascending master, Serapis Bey, to you now with the blessing of Master Healing to further your success on your path. The Master Serapis Bey is a beloved guide for those who feel a strong soul into ancient Egypt, for healers who are developing their own modalities, and those who love to work with high-frequency concepts. He also assists with translation of spiritual inspiration, practical worldly plans. He comes to confirm that the Ascended Masters are aware of you, and you are an integral part of a powerful spiritual team that has taken physical incarnation to help awaken consciousness into love. Okay, this is a little spooky. You are asked to tune into your heart. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? Motivates and inspires you, not what seems possible or practical, but what is authentic. We are most powerful when we serve authenticity from the heart. A bird might learn how to dive under the water from time to time, but it is never going to be at its most powerful if it has to live underwater. It would struggle to thrive if it worked itself into such unnatural expression of its life energy. The bird yearns to fly because that is its divine nature and purpose. You too have divine nature and purpose, and your heart holds you. What feels most like you? It is difficult to access the truth of our own nature when we believe we should live up to the expectations of others. Are we hearing this? For the ones that have been here all night, clownfish. Everything I've just spoken about, literally, in its entirety, is on this page right here. This is creeping me out. If we are attached to an outcome or afraid of an answer, we intentionally block our perceptive faculties. A spiritual version of sticking our fingers in our ears and shouting blah 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 blah. The blessing of Serapis Bey includes his clear flame of divine cleansing light. This can assist us in letting go of whatever blocks us from knowing the truth of our nature. When we are willing to be who we are, the universe can most easily guide us to fulfill our destinies, and Serapis Bey will help you to see yourself truthfully. You may gain feedback from others that helps you understand the value of what you share. Or you may simply find it easier to view yourself objectively with a compassionate, appreciative, and discerning inner eye. As you learn and accept who you are, you become a more powerful vibration for masters to put to use in the plan of love. If you have a dream in your heart, know it's been placed there for divine purpose. What you dream and desire contains the seed of divinity. It is meant to help attract your life mission and fulfill it with love, creativity, and pleasure. If we are willing to go through what is necessary for an outcome, it will happen for us. The details may appear different from what we imagined they would, but it remains. If you ask for something and are willing to go through the process required to have that come to life, it will happen for you. The universe is that generous, unconditionally supportive and loving of you. It is your creative partner. It will provide you with all that you need to manifest your dreams, desires, and destiny. Invocation. I call upon loving Master Serapis Bey and his Master Healing, clear flame of truth and grace. Ask to know in the perfect time and the perfect way, according to divine wisdom, the truth and all of importance to me and my divine life journey. Now, including, I ask to be lovingly shown my true nature, my deepest and most inspired dreams. Please help me know myself so that I know how to best to live my divine destiny. And may all beings on the path of self-knowledge be supported with unconditional love through our own free will and divine grace, so let it be. It is done, it is done, it is done. Orbs of light. The spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own. Yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. It is possible to pray without realizing it. The universe is lovingly listening to every thought and feeling in your heart and mind. When you intentionally speak and ask your higher guidance to help you with an issue, this is a powerful way to call the light into your life. It works, often quite rapidly. However, sometimes we ask for help without being so aware of doing so. Worrying about an issue or pondering a question are ways this happens. There are orbs of light around you. They are spiritual beings that love you. These orbs contain information and energies that help answer questions and worries through the intelligence and love of the higher spiritual worlds. That information might come through a song, a phrase, or a color or symbol that unlocks awareness in the deeper recesses of your mind and body. Orbs are always around us, but appear in more concentrated forms. both in quality. In certain places and at certain times, including when your energy is in particularly soft and receptive high-frequency state, orbs naturally gravitate by energy. This doesn't mean that you have to be on the go constantly. Higher energy can be created when you are very still, by raising your frequency to a higher vibrational state. You can do this by meditating on love and healing. You can place yourself in a state that is most attractive to orbs of light by relaxing, opening up your heart, and feeling good. You are also most likely to perceive them around you in this state. It can be a fun and beautiful experience. Orbs are often only seen in photographs, where they appear as a soft ball of light. If they are enhanced and magnified, patterns, symbols, and faces can sometimes be seen within them. This is part of the loving genius of the spiritual world. The way that light can earth in form, helping to raise frequency from fear to love. Being in nature and doing some invocations to unconditional love creates an energy that is very attractive to orbs. So is group work based in love, such as meditating together to clear a sacred space in nature, then dancing and praying together in that space with joyful devotion to love. This attracts high-level guidance because a group can be a container powerful enough to generate and hold the higher frequencies of love. This can also happen for individuals. Group energy can be a powerful and effective way to attract a great downpour of spiritual grace, clearing the energy of your home and calling in higher guidance to bless you and your home each day. Perhaps with the invocation below, we'll also create a space in which orbs of light can move easily to visit you, bringing their uplifting and healing light. To access the information of these orbs of light, to be open to seeing them more clearly, whether directly with your own energetic vision through clairvoyance or through photographs or other means, you can use the invocation below. I call upon the unconditionally loving orbs of light. Please bring me information, healing energy, and joy. As I open my heart to the loving and know the loving intelligence of the orbs of light in ways that are relaxing, encouraging, joyful, and kind. I ask for the orbs of light to bring peace and blessings to this space, to consecrate it as sacred, and to protect it so that only energies of light, love, and higher consciousness may enter. May the unconditionally loving orbs of light bless all those who can benefit from their presence. Through divine love and our own free will, so be it. It is done, it is done, it is done. So on that, collective, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It was a good night. Continue in the process and progress. You're on the right track. Stay focused. And again, I am available over the holidays for a reading. But prices will be going up for January 1st. So you might want to get in on it on the savings over the holiday season. Chances are I will be adding a new membership tier in the membership side. that will be coming in for the new year. And I welcome you all to become a member, because it does have its perks. So if you cannot be good at it, please be good to yourself. So that way, you can be good to others. Thank you again to my supporters for all this love and support. It's appreciated. Even the super thanks that have been sent in the last week or so. I forgot to do the ballots, so I'm going to do that now to planned out. So let's see who the next 3 winners are for the free readings, shall we? All right, now if you've already won a reading, you're not going to win another one. Not until I dump these out. Okay. So if you've already won a reading, you're not going to win 2 readings. You gotta spread it around a little bit, you know? So if you've already won a reading, you want a reading. Until I empty this out and you're off the list. Okay? Yes, you do have a chance to get more readings with the ballots. It gives you more of a chance to have an actual reading. Okay? But readings, it's a little redundant. Okay? Gotta save room for other people. So, we got Roxanne times 2. So Roxanne, you already won a reading. So I'm going to pick another one. Maureen, you still haven't got your reading. Mustang Annie. So Mustang Annie, you just won a reading. We've got Sarah Slays. So Sarah, if you are here. Sarah Beth is Sarah Slays, right? Same one? So you got yourself a reading. And who's this next one? Kimberly. So Kimberly, you got yourself a reading. Mustang Annie, Sarah Slays, and Kimberly. I don't think this is Kitty Cat. I think I would have wrote Kitty Cat down. So this is a different one, I think. So y'all got yourself a reading. So reach out to me in the DMs if you do not have DMs, like Facebook or Instagram. Then post your post that you received the fact that you got a reading in the comments, and we will book a time You can also, I will post my email in the comments once you've replied. So comments of this video, and we will work it out. Okay. Worst case scenario, I call you on a YouTube live and we do a unlisted live stream where we connect over YouTube. But we require emails, so we will correspond at a later date. Okay? And if you can somehow find my email through a little bit of, you can send me an email. All right. So, and Michael, Maureen, we're still working. Okay. So, thank you so much again for joining me tonight, Collective. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but whatever tomorrow holds, we'll get there. I think I'll be live here tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Alrighty. Be good to yourself, Collective, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.